Okay, let's unpack this. There's been quite a bit of buzz, right, about these new loan rules in India, especially for first-time borrowers. And we're diving deep today to give you the real story.
That's right.
The main idea floating around is that, maybe you won't get instantly rejected for a loan just because you don't have a CIBIL score, which, I mean, if you're looking for your first loan, that sounds like a massive breakthrough.
It definitely sounds that way.
So our mission here, clarify the facts, look at the bigger picture, and yeah, offer some really practical insights. And here's where it gets really interesting, actually, because the source of this news, well, it's been widely misattributed, and maybe it's not entirely new either.
That's exactly right. What's fascinating is, while many reports pointed to the finance minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, the official clarification actually came from the Minister of State for Finance, Pankaj Chaudhry. It was in a response in Parliament.
Ah, okay. So a parliamentary response?
Yes. And crucially, this isn't some brand new decree. It's actually reinforcing an existing RBI master direction. This one's dated January 6, 2025.
January 6th. Okay. So recent, but not brand new this week.
Correct. And that directive, it specifically advises credit institutions, banks, NBFCs, against rejecting loan applications solely. And that's the key word. Solely because an applicant has no credit history.
Right, no history. So it's not about forgiving like a terrible credit score from the past.
Exactly. That's the critical distinction here. If you do have a history and it shows missed payments, defaults, genuinely low CIBIL score due to financial issues, that can absolutely still be grounds for denial. This policy is really aimed at the new to credit folks, people just starting out.
Got it. So CIBIL reports, other credit scores, they're still important. Lenders still look at them.
Oh, definitely. They're still vital inputs as the language goes. But they can't be the only reason to say no if the issue is just, well, an absence of history rather than a negative one.
Okay. This feels like more than just, a small rule change. It sounds like it's pointing to a much bigger shift in how India assesses creditworthiness overall.
It absolutely is. We're really seeing a fundamental move away from the old ways, heavily reliant on collateral, towards a much more sophisticated, data-driven approach. It leverages what we call an applicant's digital footprint.
Digital footprint, what does that actually include?
Well, think about it. It's all the data trails we leave online and financially. For small businesses, MSMEs, it could be their GST filings. For individuals, it could be bank statements analyzed securely through the account aggregator framework.
Ah, the account aggregator. That's the system that lets you share your financial data across different banks and institutions, right? Securely.
Precisely. With your consent, which is crucial. It can also include things like, have you consistently paid your utility bills, your phone bill? Even your e-commerce activity can sometimes play a part.
Wow. So it's like building a much richer sort of 360-degree picture of someone, not just relying on one score. How is India actually set up to handle all this granular data?
Well, it's really enabled by India's Digital Public Infrastructure, or DPI. It's quite robust. Systems like the account aggregator framework we just mentioned. And there's also the upcoming Unified Lending Interface, the ULI. Think of it like a digital highway connecting lenders and borrowers more efficiently.
Okay.
And importantly, this complements the existing credit bureaus like CIBIL. It doesn't replace them.
Yeah.
In fact, initiatives like the National Financial Information Registry, the NFIR, there's a new centralized system being set up, are designed to aggregate even more of this diverse data to give lenders that truly comprehensive view.
That's a huge systemic change. Okay, let's bring this home then. If you're listening right now and you're that first-time borrower, maybe a student, maybe just starting your career, what are the practical steps? What should you do?
All right, good question. You need to be proactive now. Use these other data points to demonstrate your credit worthiness. First, show stable income. That means salary slips, maybe detailed bank statements going back a few months, ITR filings if you have them. Proof of regular income is key.
Makes sense. Proof.
Second, when you apply, be very clear. Explain that your lack of credit history means you're new to credit, often abbreviated NTC. Emphasize, it's not because of a poor track record.
So frame it positively. I'm new, not I have no history.
Exactly. Third, maybe don't shoot for the moon on your first try. Consider applying for a smaller loan amount initially. It helps build trust with the lender.
Start small, build history. Okay.
And fourth, if it's an option, think about a co-applicant or a guarantor. Someone, maybe a family member, who does have a good credit history. That can significantly boost your chances.
Right. Leveraging someone else's established credit.
And one last point, it's worth remembering, while these doors are opening, as a first-time borrower, you might still face slightly higher initial interest rates or maybe some extra fees.
Okay, so still potentially a bit more expensive initially.
Potentially, yes.
Hmm,
Lenders are still managing what they perceive as risk, even if it's reduced by this new approach.
got it. So, looking big picture again, what we're really seeing here isn't just a policy update. It feels like a seismic shift, doesn't it? Like the whole financial landscape in India is tilting towards a future where, theoretically, almost anyone could access formal credit, not just those who fit the old mold.
It absolutely promises incredible potential for financial inclusion, bringing millions into the formal credit system. But, it also brings up some really significant questions we need to grapple with.
Like what?
Well, managing these vast amounts of personal data, ensuring its privacy, its security, and also the ethics of using AI and algorithms in lending decisions. How do we make absolutely sure these new complex systems are fair, transparent, and truly work for everyone? Especially as our digital lives increasingly become our financial identities. That's the big question we're left with.